for those that come after, you start at first you think, oh, they're talking about like for Lumiere.
Yeah, the expeditioners. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's talking about Verso's death.
Better than anything else. But I'm saying I think that the story for me during Act 3 became, oh, this is Maelle's tragedy that we are preserving. I don't think it's the right ending, though. I think if this story was written from Coenraad's perspective, I think it's a completely different game, potentially different movie, all type different piece of media written from his perspective. He's the hero here. Maelle is not. Maelle is the one trying to stop the salvation of the family by securing her own future. But I think that everything was leading to that path when she uncovered her power and she said, I'm saving everybody. That's what matters to me. And that's just what I thought. So I thought it was in line with that. I thought with all of that being led up to, that seemed to be the proper ending. All throughout, we're seeing these memories and these things of Verso and everybody. Like, we're seeing all these things. She's learning about him. She knows exactly how to, quote unquote, make him happy, right? She knows exactly how to do these things, how to shape the world in her image after. It's not the right ending. I mean, it's not the good ending, but I do think that is what would have happened. I think this is one of those situations where I feel it's like what was the Will Smith I Am Legend? You remember I Am Legend when it was like, did he die? Did he survive? You know what I'm saying? Where I don't know. I guess canonically, I don't remember.
Canonically, they say
not the right ending. Yeah.
Yeah. Canonically, they said the version where he lived would have led to like this movie.
Yeah. Yeah, he would have lived, right? And it's like the canon ending. But the one we saw was him dying.
Yeah.
And so for me, I feel as though personally that the canon ending is Maelle and what happened. But I think the one that is like the good one for the game is like Verso's, because that's the happy ending. But I feel like the canon ending,
definitely not the happy ending.
Well, it's the happier of the two. I think it's the happier of the two. Everybody, the family gets back together, and they're. Well, I agree, because I don't think that everybody's happy, but I think the happier ending is the one where they leave the past behind, and maybe they move on from it. Maybe not perfectly. I think.
So you're looking at it though from the family though, like in terms of Lumiere, the happier ending is Maelle, right?
Yeah, from the perspective of Lumiere, yes, but also, even if we talk about the family,
and I also don't necessarily think that's true either.
Well, so here's where we might maybe come back together, because I think Lumiere only has one perspective. I think even for Maelle, she's doing what she thinks she wants. Remember, she's 16? I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, she's doing what she thinks she wants. Even me, I don't know that that's the best decision for Maelle to make. I don't know that, but I understand a 16-year-old girl dealing with what she's dealing with made that decision. That makes sense. That makes perfect sense to me. But I don't know that puts her in. I think that works until she goes nuts like her mama did. Like, I see that happen, and it's going to look different. Her mama was more, she's in grief, and she's sad, and it's terrible. But she's going to go crazy from elation. She's going to be so excited. And then just like how, they talk about all these other, she's not going to want to ever let anything in there go. And so that's going to be her prison, like Renard said. That's going to be her prison now, of choice. But she doesn't reconcile that. She's 16, that's her prison. But I think that's what she set herself up for. Like, that's what I think she set herself up for, was to do that.
Yeah.
So, okay. So, when I said one closes a chapter, one doesn't. And this is kind of, I think, where our paths kind of go in different directions in terms of what the story is. In my mind, it's a Verso story told by the lens of Maelle, and not the other way around.
That's so interesting.
The story starts because of Verso, and for it to close, for me, it has to end because of Verso. And so it starts because of the whole him dying and Maelle burning her face and all that kind of stuff. And she goes into the painting, and the whole story happens, and then the ending is so basically it's Verso's death twice, but in different ways.
Yes.
And this is something completely little off. We can talk about this too. Throughout the game, there's different quotes, famous quotes that happen, whether it's "Tomorrow comes" or "When one falls, we continue," or what's the other one? There's a third one. What's the third? For those who come after. Like, I feel like those all also flip what they mean as you go through the game.
They do. I agree.
For those that come after, you start at first. You think, oh, they're talking about like for Lumiere.
Yeah, the expeditioners. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it's talking about Verso's death, and his sacrifice for Maelle was specifically for those who come after. Tomorrow comes, the same thing. Maelle doesn't see tomorrow as tomorrow comes. She sees her life as done already.
Yep.
Tomorrow comes makes sense in the Verso ending. And then when one falls, we continue. It's the same thing. I don't know. It just, for me, it all points to making, like, hey, grief sucks, but there's something after the grief.
Yes.
And you have something, Frosty?
I was going to just go into social media comments after your point.
But no. But I'm just saying, like, narratively, at least to me, it feels like they're saying, like, there's something after grief, and the only ending that has there's something after grief is the Verso ending. The Maelle ending is living in your grief. And
coping.
And
yeah,
it is. It's
yes,
but
it's
and if you think Maelle is the protagonist, or I don't know if you would call her protagonist.
I wouldn't call her protagonist. I think she's the villain. I think the villain's fine. I would say she.
Well, but in my perspective, like I said, it's a Verso story, but it's not told in the perspective of Verso because he's gone.
Yeah. That's why when I started, I said if we told from Renoir's perspective, it would also include.
But I don't really care about Renoir's perspective.
but it's only yes because they tell it through Verso. Like they tell Renoir's story through Verso. Like it's Verso's tragedy, and all Renoir's the real, because we don't even know the real Renoir until later. And so when we get the real one, like, oh, you've been trying to save.
That changed that perspective for sure.
Like,
yes,
you want everybody out of here and together. Like, and we don't have the perspective of it. But Verso wants that too. But Verso is painted Verso, who's dealt with all this other stuff over time. Like that's it's so.
Well, and that's the other thing for me is like a lot of people are like, this Maelle's ending is better for XYZ. I don't even care about painted Verso or Renoir, or that doesn't like make me decide to choose Verso's ending. For me, it ended up being the sacrifice Verso had for Maelle, and her just kind of throwing that away. Yes, because she was a 16-year-old girl. That's fine. But I'm saying that is a reason. I mean, I think it depends on what you think the overall narrative is trying to say. Because it's one thing to be like, oh, we're just going to continue family trauma. Yes. Which is the Maelle ending. Yes. But if you think the narrative is saying, like I was saying with the quotes and everything, that there's more to life after grief, then the ending is Verso's.